What's up, everybody? Didn't think we'd be doing this today. Welcome back to the Outside Line Media Podcast. We thought the Penske drama was done, but turns out it was just getting started.
No, this time, not really drama, just an update. Today, a Penske released the following statement. Team Penske, this is the statement. Team Penske announced today the departures of IndyCar team president Tim Cindric, IndyCar managing director Ron Ruzewski, and IndyCar general manager Kyle Moyer from the organization. Tim Penske will have further announcements this week related to personnel and replacements for this weekend's Indianapolis 500, followed by a direct statement from Roger Penske. Nothing is more important than the integrity of our sport and our race teams. We have had organizational failures during the last 2 years, and we had to make necessary changes. I apologize to our fans, our partners, and our organization for letting them down.
Yeah, so not only are those people very high ranking team personnel within Team Penske, that is also the race strategist for every single one of their drivers. Even though Scotty Mack wasn't caught, we have now seen evidence coming out that he definitely had it on his car for Fast Friday, at least. Um, didn't think I'd be saying he got lucky by smacking it into a wall, but yeah. So between, I think it's just kind of a culmination of the push to pass scandal and now this. I don't think this would be an issue if the push to pass scandal hadn't happened last year. I mean, we saw there wasn't a huge reaction when Andretti didn't have the correct number of anti-intrusion plates in Colton's car for St. Pete, I want to say. But they did lose every single point that they earned that weekend, along with a fat fine.
Yeah.
And there's not really any calling into question the how fair the series is when, the series owned by Penske Entertainment has to penalize a team called Team Penske.
Yeah, it definitely is a bad look on the series as we've had, but this is a good step in the right direction, I feel like, for Penske, along with some other stuff that came out today, including basically them saying they are going to bring in, probably at some point, an independent body to do something, whether that be some form of independent board body to oversee these kind of things to prevent the optics on it. Couple things that if you're watching this, I recommend watching. Jamie Little sat down with Roger Penske. Softball questions, PR answers we expected, but some good stuff from Roger there. On the questions that he could answer truthfully. He can't admit Scotty Mack had an illegal car. He can't say that. You can't. That's not a bad thing. Roger, no team owner would do it. He said he had a phone call with all the team owners. It's a good step, and I think it's long overdue. I don't, like you said, if St. Pete hadn't happened, this is a minuscule thing, just this weekend, but it's the culmination in the fact that it's Penske.
And the fact that they kind of got off with a slap on the wrist for the whole push to pass thing.
Yeah, so the team, like multiple team owners, people come out. There's no real benefit to what they did, arrow-wise, but it is breaching the rules, and that's something that slipped for a while. And Doug Bowles had a press conference talking about it, involving that independent body I was speaking of. And he also brought up the fact that he's been deep diving into tech and what changes they'll have to do the rest of the year. So we should see some changes this year with tech, I'm sure. Probably extending the time, probably more scrutiny, more looking at that stuff that's safety-wise that could also be manipulated in some way.
I think something they also have to do is they have to have a team of scrutineers that are full-time employees of the series that know that rule book inside and out. That's what they need in scrutineering. They can't have these like one-off people. You're never going to know the rule book after one weekend. So it's I want to say it was on the Off Track Live podcast that they said, you're not going to know that's from section 14 part C subsection D. You're not going to know that that's a violation of the rule if you're just doing scrutineering for the weekend.
Yeah, no, it definitely needs to be some form of body.
I do agree with Doug's statement that, tech didn't necessarily fail. It was the process given to tech that
Yes,
failed.
it's not Tech's fault.
It's
Is the
not
way it was
Rocket's
set up.
fault. Don't blame Rocket.
Yeah, there's the way it's set up, the way they've done it, and there's clearly gonna be some changes to not allow that kind of stuff slip through the cracks for probably a minimum of a year.
Yeah.
Um, as I think me and Patrick talked about earlier between ourselves, Ron and Kyle Moore's departure is one thing, but Tim Cindric leaving is insane.
Yeah.
I mean, not leaving, sorry, parting ways, getting fired. Tim Cindric has been with the company since 1999. Brought Penske so much success, dug them out of a hole, was probably the surefire successor to Roger Penske in owning the team. And he's axed now. 27, 26 years of work, gone.
And Roger's not getting any younger either.
Yeah. Big shakeup in Penske, really. I mean,
I'm wondering where Tim's gonna land now. Because the team's gonna pick him up. That's just inevitable. A guy like Tim Cindric, you're not gonna just have hanging out on the wayside. The question is, I think, more, does he go into the NASCAR side or does he stay in IndyCar? Because he has experience with both of them. I could see him going into the NASCAR side, and then Austin has a ride wherever he ends up.
Yeah.
Or maybe we'll see Austin Cindric in IndyCar next year. Who knows?
Who knows what's going to happen, but it should be real interesting stuff. But this is just a bombshell. Absolute bombshell.
I thought that we were done with it after we did our last video, and then this morning I saw an email from IndyCar that was like, departure of team members, and I'm like, oh, okay, so people got fired.
So good step in the right direction. I'm sure there's more to come. Absolutely.
Definitely from the series side. I think the series needs to just put in some more work on this, and I think Doug Boles has handled this really well, and I think that we're going to come out better for it as a series.
Yep.
I also think that it might help spike the Indy 500 viewership.
Yeah, it's a lot of eyes on the Indy 500 for a lot of the wrong reasons right now, but eyes are eyes.
All publicity is good publicity. And as long as we have a good race this weekend, we should see some good numbers for Detroit.
Yeah.
Excited for the Indy 500 this weekend. We'll keep you guys up to date on the drama, I guess, as stuff keeps coming out with Team Penske.
It's a developing story, so we'll keep bringing it to you. But check out the previous ones if you missed it on updating all this stuff, and let us know in your comments what you think. I think it was the right move, but it's just a bombshell. I mean, this is insane stuff.
Yeah, and now Penske has to go on a hiring spree for strategists for their team and a new IndyCar team president.
Yeah, which is not easy to find. People are qualified for that job.
Hey, I mean, I know a former team president, team owner that stepped away from his role. Get Michael Andretti in there.
Good Lord.
I didn't see him once this weekend. I'm sure he'll be there for the 500, but
yeah,
from what I've heard, he wasn't even in the paddock.
Oh, interesting.
But
yeah, that's the latest update. Big axings over at Penske. Yeah, it's just crazy stuff. Bombshell is the only thing I can think comes to mind. But don't let any of this let you forget that Robert fucking Schwartzman is on pole for the greatest spectacle in racing.
Yep.
The Indy 500 this Sunday.
And go check out Robert Schwartzman on Spotify. Schwartzy.
Yep, SoundCloud, right? I don't think he's on Spotify.
No, he's on Spotify. Dude's official.
Oh, whoa. Big guy, not just a SoundCloud rapper.
Not just a SoundCloud rapper. He is the first. Not only is he the first Israeli-born driver to be on the pole for the Indy 500, he is the first SoundCloud rapper to be on pole for the Indy 500.
We love it. Some Soldier Boy. Tones of Soldier Boy there. First rapper that would be on pole for the Indy 500.
Soldier Boy, tell him.
Yeah, that's I think that's about it.
Yeah. Tell us what you guys think in the comments below. And hopefully we have a great race this weekend. We'll be up in Indianapolis. So if you're there on the North Vista, come say hi to us. If you're not on the North Vista, I doubt you'll find us unless you're parking in the same dude's front yard that we're parking in.
Yeah.
Everyone have a great night, and we'll see you on Sunday.